Today, we're diving into the first of the three foundational modalities that I use that shape the work that I do with my clients, and that's strategy, but not the cold corporate cookie cutter kind. I'm talking about strategic simplicity, building profitable money systems that actually work for you, your brain, your business, and your season of life. If you've ever felt like you're doing all the things but still not seeing results, this episode is going to show you how the right money strategy brings clarity, direction, and breathing room. So let's break it down together. Welcome back to Money Simplified. I'm your host, Amy Circa. Before we dive into today's episode, all about strategy, to celebrate the launch of Money Simplified, I'm hosting a special giveaway. Here's how it works. Share about the show on your favorite social platform. Take a screenshot, share a takeaway, why you recommend the show, and tag me at Amy Circa so that I see it. That's the important part, right? I need to be able to see it. But when you do, you'll be entered to win a free coaching call or a money audit with me. It'll be your choice. It's my way of saying thank you for helping kick off Money Simplified and spreading the word. So let's get to the episode. We're talking about strategy today. So strategy in my world is not, again, that cookie cutter framework. You have to do X, Y, Z, the rigidness that you see elsewhere. I build simple, sustainable systems for tracking income, managing expenses, using your money wisely, both personally and in your business. This is not about budgeting to restrict and budgeting being a four-letter word for people and feeling like you have to cut things out. It's about creating a rhythm, a system that reflects your values, helps you feel in control, and actually works with your real life. We build this in layers too, so that life happens, it doesn't throw you completely off track. It's not just about getting organized. We're creating a money system that gives you breathing room, supports your goals, and puts you in the driver's seat without turning your life into a spreadsheet. Because while it's not all about the money, we do have to know where things are at. You can't be the powerful CEO. You can't have an unstoppable life. Be unstoppable with money when you don't know where things are at. I've got 4 key systems that I talk about here within the strategy, 4 strategy systems that I want to cover. And I'm going to give you a brief glimpse into all 4 of them, okay? The first one's going to be budgeting simplified. That's your personal budgeting system. And here's the key to tell if your personal budgeting system works, all right? The first thing that your personal budgeting are the 3 rules for success with the personal budgeting system, okay? It has to work for inconsistent income. As an entrepreneur, your income fluctuates. Does your budget handle it? Well, I guess the first rule is having a budget, and then we need to redefine budgeting is not just tracking your expenses. Budgeting is setting the intention beforehand of where your money goes, okay? Tracking expenses is a reactionary after the fact. That's not a budget, okay? First rule of success, your budget has to be able to handle inconsistent income. Second rule of success, it has to be able to scale with you. You are looking to scale your income, right? You're looking to continue to grow. Your budget should be able to do that with you without you having to sit there and refigure everything, because you're set up for success. And this is kind of a mindset strategy here as well. You know what you would do. The things are already in place. So you're ready to receive it. My favorite way to do this is through percentage-based budgeting, which of course my personal budgeting system, Budgeting Simplified, is a percentage-based budgeting system, okay? The third rule of success within your personal budget is it has to work without you. It has to be able to you have to have systems in place that you are not doing every little thing. Again, we're not tying ourselves to a spreadsheet all the time. And we have systems built in to check in with the system. Whether it's our daily money minute, it's our weekly check-in, it's our month, and we have these roll-up systems that are life-proof, because if you miss one, you've got something else coming. But it's set up that it doesn't take you hands-on all the time. You're the CEO of your personal finances. The second core system that we work on within the strategy side here, this is going to be part of the profitable money systems, is Prosperity Simplified. This is our business budgeting system. Now, there's so many great systems out there like Profit First. That's probably the biggest one that I see and hear about from the business side is Profit First. And it's a fantastic system. It works. But I know that, again, going back to the premise of the show, we had to simplify things because you're not necessarily a numbers person. And even if you love numbers, I don't know about you, but I don't want to be tied to a spreadsheet and doing these things all the time. And this is like what I do, right? Like I've done for you services, and we do the bookkeeping and the fractional CFO. Like we have those things in place, but I don't want to be doing it all the time. We have to have the system. And the biggest thing that I see show up for people when it comes to the business is they don't feel like they really have to have a budget, especially in the online entrepreneur space. We feel like we have to almost, like it's out of reach. Like, okay, when I hit the next level, then I'll do this. We think that we know it, or bank account budgeting, maybe like we're looking at the bank account. We're not really keeping eyes on it. We don't know how much we're actually spending. And when we don't know what's going on, we have double expenses that are billing. You're missing things. You might be turning more of a profit than you realize, and you might be making less of a profit than you realize because we don't have the systems in place. So this isn't something that you have to hit a certain income level or a certain time in business to be able to have in place. And the thing that I love about Prosperity Simplified, because I work with a lot of entrepreneurs that maybe they're still working on getting profitable in their business, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to make that very clear right now, because a lot of people don't turn a profit very quickly. There's nothing wrong with that. You're finding a way to fund this, and this is your long-term vision, and you see what's going to happen. You know that you're going to be successful. It's just a matter of time. That is freaking powerful, and I don't discount that at all. But I created the Prosperity Simplified system with that person in mind, because we feel like we have to wait. We have to get to the place where we're going to have that success that we need, right? And then we'll need a budget. That is absolutely not true. There's so much power when you have the Prosperity Simplified system, that strategy support system in place, because then you can go do way more with your money. You know what's coming. You're ready to receive it again. I think that's the second time I've said this already in this episode. Okay, the third strategy system that I wanted to highlight today in this episode is your books. Accounting, bookkeeping, whatever you want to call it. And the biggest pitfall I see with bookkeeping is feeling like you need to earn the support. Again, like we have to hit that certain income level before I can do it, or that it's not important and you just kind of slide by, whether it's just using an Excel spreadsheet and figuring it out, or you've got QuickBooks set up and you don't really have any clue what's going on. You put it on the back burner until tax season comes once a year, and that strategy is sabotaging you. When you're clear, when this is taken care of, and one of the biggest things I see, like bookkeeping is not as expensive as some people think it is. There are obviously very expensive bookkeepers out there. But one of the things that I hear from my bookkeeping clients all the time is like, I wish I would have done this sooner. And they don't realize how attainable it is, because this is such a weight on your shoulders. It's taking up brain space. Like you can't focus on your business because in the back of your head, you don't know, like, okay, am I really set up correctly? Am I really a true entrepreneur? Am I authentic? Like, authentic's not the word I'm looking for. Are you valid? Like, we feel these things when they're not, when this strategy, this system isn't in place. We feel it, and it affects your mindset and your energetics, which are the other two modalities we're going to get to in the next few weeks. But the systems here still have to be in place. We still have to prioritize them. It's not this one day I'll have it. We have these things in place, and the key is not creating meaning around it, because we avoid the money. We don't want to have a personal budget. We don't want to have a business budget. We don't want to get help with our books because we're creating meaning about what the numbers mean. They're just numbers. I will work on the meaning with the mindset and the energetics. So you see how we need all three of these, but you have to have the systems in place. The last one that I wanted to highlight would be like debt payoff. And this is really simple to do. We've done episodes in the past on, which debt payoff strategy is the best and etc. And really, newsflash, they all work. It's like which one will work for you. And I give my thoughts on which one I think will work. But the key with this one and like so many of the other systems we've talked about with the strategies today is within the mindset. Like we can give you this, but it doesn't matter and you're not successful unless we have the other pieces, okay? These things aren't rigid. It's not spreadsheet heavy. Like these systems are important, okay? We got to have these strategies in place. And for a long time, I've had a lot of the bite-sized strategies. I've taken pieces out because I wanted to give you pieces of the puzzle to help you get into momentum. But what I've realized is that's not working. So we are going to have a simplifying sale. So what we're going to do is there's several of the bite-sized workshops, the bite-sized systems that are retiring. They're not going to be available as standalone products anymore. They're still absolutely going to be part of it in Money Mastery Academy and the Unstoppable Experience. Those are my two main programs for you to work with me. Money Mastery Academy has all the foundational support, all the foundational systems and training with a little bit of support, and the Unstoppable Experience has more hands-on support with it, okay? But the simplifying sale, go to workwithamy.com. Yeah, workwithamy.com. That's where we'll host it. If you want to grab one of those pieces before they disappear. And yeah, we're going to do a flash sale on them. I'm going to have them like 50% off. Let you have last time access before we simplify the offers, right? That's the fun as well. Okay, let's see in my notes here. Quick reminder to celebrate the launch of Money Simplified, I'm doing the giveaway. So if you share your favorite episode or takeaway, favorite quote, tag me at Amy Circa. You'll be entered to win a free coaching call or a free money audit with me. Super simple. Share, tag, you're done. Okay? Now, before we wrap up today, I wanted to quickly share, because I know we've talked a lot. We talked about strategy today. That was the theme, right? These 4 key systems. But I have a client who implemented really 2 of them, okay? The Budgeting Simplified, Prosperity Simplified systems. And she had tried budgeting systems in the past. She had learned things, we got YouTube, we got other programs, all of those things. She had looked at them. But what she said was, my system was the simplest she had ever seen. And it made sense. So she was able to implement it. And it saved her marriage. They were in such a better place after they were able to get clear on their money with these 2 systems. She had so many of the other things in place. She just needed the right system, the right strategy to put it in place. And things shifted so dramatically for them because they put the Budgeting Simplified and the Prosperity Simplified system in place. Like they knew where things were at. In fact, they were able to take a pay cut and there wasn't added tension because they knew they were okay because of these systems. These strategies are so key, but they're not the urgent, flashy things that we see. Like we have to prioritize the things that are important because it's not the red light flashing on your dashboard, but it's so important. So your action step here, I'd love to hear from you. What system or strategy is the one that you need to work on right now? If you're feeling bold, send it to me. I'd love to hear at Amy Circa on Instagram. And while you're there, hey, make sure to share because we're celebrating the launch. I'm doing the giveaway, free coaching call or a free money audit. It's going to be your choice. Share the podcast on social. So when you're already there on Instagram, tag me at Amy Circa. You are entered. I so appreciate you in helping spread the word and kicking off Money Simplified strong. Next week, we are diving into the second key modality that I use, which is mindset. We're going to talk about several key shifts that have made all the difference for myself and my clients. Remember, you're not behind, you're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. You're building something real, and that takes courage. So keep going. You're doing better than you think. We're doing this the unstoppable way, and that's it for now. We'll see you next time.